Hey everyone, Chris from Divine Key here, spelled QY, with your Workout Wednesday for August 16th, 2023. I haven't been on in a while, lots of stuff going on, but I wanted to jump on quick because this is the new moon in Leo for August of 2023. And I wanted to talk to you about something that's really easy to start. Anyone can do it, and it really does build your intuitive muscle, your spiritual muscle. So, because we're on the new moon, what I'd like to talk about is my moon rituals. So, when I say that for me, it is a method of journaling that I correspond to the full moons and the new moons. So, new moons are a great time to start things or to set intentions for what you want. The moon is completely black, and over the next 2 weeks, it will start to gain light until it becomes a full moon. And at that point, you have the fullness of the energy that you set the intention for today. So, anyone can do this. It doesn't take any special tools, a piece of paper, something to write with, and that's pretty much it. I started with just notebook paper and a pencil because that's what my kids had in their backpack and I could find it easily. And that was like 12 years ago. So it's super simple. I did transition to doing an actual journal. So you could have something, just a plain blank craft journal like this. Um, I like the dot journals because then I can draw on them and stuff. But or it can even just be a blank, a blank journal, whatever you like. And this isn't restricted to just writing words. You can sketch something if that makes sense to you. It is a way for you to get your intention out there to set the energy for what you want going forward. You can get fancy. This is actually the journal cover that I use. It's leather, it's elastic, and then it's refillable. So basically, you can take that journal that I just showed you, and you can put it in here. I actually have a full size book style journal that fits into this. You can have multiple of these craft journals that fit in because there's plenty of room because it's elastic. So, and what's really great is that the cover stays the same for me. So whatever journal I put in here, I know that this is my journal, and I like the look and feel of it. It feels magical to me. But you don't need all of that. You can literally use like a piece of paper from your printer or from your kid's notebook. So the idea behind this is to take a moment and take a few deep breaths to center yourself and set the intention for the highest good of all of what you're setting intention for. And then when you begin, you're just going to make a list. You can start with five, 3 to 5 if you want, because this might be hard for some of you to start with. I usually do 10 affirmations or positive statements or intention setting. Whatever words you use, it doesn't matter. But you're going to make a list of the things that you want in your life, and you're going to phrase them in a what they call present positive. So you're going to phrase it. You're not going to phrase it as I wish people would support me. You're going to phrase it in a way of, I am supported by those around me. See the difference in that phrasing from, I wish people would support me more, to, I am supported by those around me. So that's what you want to do. So go ahead, and when you write your intentions, so just start with 3 or 5, write them out. And then go back and say them aloud, because when you say them aloud, there's 2 things that happen. The first thing is you get to really hear it and see whether or not it is in the present positive. So you can then switch it around and find the wording that makes sense to you for the present positive. And then the second thing is it sends that vibration out to the universe. So when you're all done with your list, you want to go through it and read it one final time. And then it doesn't really matter what you do with the list. I do keep track of mine because it's in my journal. I did actually have a moon journal specifically for this process, but I have since integrated all my journaling into one complete journal because I found that my life is integrated. I don't just, and I was having trouble like, what do I do with my moon journal? Oh no, that's my work journal. And so I put it all together into one journal, and I just have it on the page. And then I use washi tape to note which ones are my moon journal entries so I can find them easily within my bigger journal. Anyway, so when you're finally finished with writing your affirmations or your intentions, then what you do is you want to go through one more time in a very centered space with a deep breath and say your affirmations or intentions out loud. And it doesn't matter if anyone else hears them. You can be in a room by yourself or wherever, but you want to say it out loud so the vibration gets out there with the intention that you want. And if you do that, so why I do it on the moons is because it reminds me when to journal. So if you're just getting into journaling and this is kind of new to you, then this is a way to easily begin creating that habit that you want around setting intentions and giving gratitude. So in the new moons, I set the intentions of my present positive, what I want in my life. And then on the full moons, I give gratitude for those things that came through for me. And I also, because full moons are full of light and they're starting to release that energy, I also release the things I don't want. So my full moon is a 2-step process, but the new moon is a 1-step process. So we're talking about today's new moon, which is in Leo. Leo's a fire sign, but it's a fixed fire. So it burns brightly, but it stays in one spot. It doesn't change very much. And it's very centered on self, and it's very heart-centered. It likes to be very visible. I kind of imagine Leo fire energy like a bonfire, that kind of energy that's big and bright, but people come to it. It doesn't go to people. So that's the energy we're working with here. So setting intentions around what you want to draw people to is the message that I'm getting coming in as to what energy we're working with. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going by the planets in the sense of astrology. This is not a science. I'm just tapping into my intuition and my guidance for this. But I also pulled a tarot card, and this is the Morgan Greer tarot deck. That's the back of it. And the card that I got was the 10 of Cups, which is very interesting. It is the conclusion of the Cups suit. It's the fulfillment. And it says to me, this is the intention we're setting, is to come together to create a fullness in our relationships, a fullness that brings the treasure because we are working together. So interesting to get a 10 on a new moon, because new moons are beginnings and 10s are endings. But since we are talking about the intention we're setting for the full moon season, so we set the intention on the new moon, and then on the full moon we see what has come from it. This is what we're striving for. So this is what we're looking toward to be able to set the intention for today. And what else can I relay to you related to? I think that if you just think about it and pay attention, choose one or the other if you want to, like choose writing for the new moon or choose journaling for the full moon. It doesn't matter which one, but be consistent with it, and you might surprise yourself of what comes into your life when you do that. And it's really interesting because once you set the intention, you don't have to do anything. You've set the energy's out there, you're bringing it to you, and your energetic body is tuned into that. So presented with a choice in your life, because we have free will and we can choose, but you're going to tend to go toward what aligns with the thing that you wrote about, because your energy is in that field. So you're going to be drawn toward those things that you want, and those things that you want are going to be drawn toward you. And that's kind of that idea behind journaling for me with the moons, is that you're setting the energetic intention and bringing it to you, and you're going toward it. So I hope that's helpful, and I hope to see you more often for Workout Wednesdays and some other things that are coming up. So be well and take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.